Team Deathmatch.
Hey guys, I'm Tom. So today I want to talk to you about this melted PlayStation 4 Pro pictures that have been circulating around various forums and generally internet. So yeah, for the last couple of days, one dude posted pictures of his PlayStation 4 Pro and apparently the console has melted on the side. So personally, I think that this is crap, and I think that this is either a Microsoft fanboy or someone who's seeking some internet fame, attention, or maybe even that this is a printed, 3D printed PlayStation 4 Pro, and that they'll eventually reveal that this was a joke or a prank of some sorts. Personally, I think it's either that this is a printed PlayStation 4 Pro or that this dude just wanted some internet fame or attention and he took a heat gun and heated the side of the PlayStation 4 Pro and then took pictures and posted online. And yeah, people online are going batshit. They're saying that Sony is doomed. Yeah, Sony is doomed because of one allegedly malfunctioned console. Yeah, they're fucking doomed. And people are also saying on the internet that the PlayStation 4 Pro is running very hot, which is actually not true. If you look at some of the videos made by Digital Foundry, you will find out that the PlayStation 4 Pro is actually very efficient and that it runs somewhere around 35 to 40 degrees on the outer shell. And I think personally that this is bullshit. That I think that this dude took a heat gun and heated the side of his PlayStation 4 Pro, and he thought that this would gain him some fame, or maybe this is a 3D printed Pro, and like I said, eventually they'll reveal that this is some sort of a joke or something like that. I'm not really sure, and I don't give a fuck, but I think that generally that this is bullshit. And here's why I think that I will try to explain to you why I think that this just simply can't happen on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So first off, let me just say I do not own the PlayStation 4 Pro, but I did some extensive research on this matter and on the PlayStation 4 Pro's insides. And I'm an electrician. I'm a certified electrician. I do electronics, repairs, and I did repair a lot of PlayStation 3s back in the day. So I know what I'm talking about, and I like to think that I know what I'm talking about, and I have some experience with these matters. So here is why I think that this is bullshit. This is bullshit because first off, the PlayStation 4 Pro or PlayStation in general, uh, it has an overheating protection. It's similar to thermal throttling. Like for example, PlayStation 4 Pro uses an APU, right? A GPU and a CPU on the same die. It's called APU, right? So for example, the APU reaches 95 Celsius. Then when the APU reaches 95 Celsius, it's going to shut itself off. Why? In order to protect itself. This is a form of protection that I'm pretty fucking sure that the PlayStation 4 Pro has. Like any other CPU on the market, this has become pretty standard. And yeah, PlayStation 4 Pro has overheating protection. I'm fucking sure of it. The PlayStation 4 Pro base model or launch model, they have overheating protection, so I have no reason to believe that an even more powerful console, a mid-generational upgrade console, wouldn't have this feature. It's just ridiculous to even think. So the PlayStation 4 Pro does have overheating protection, I believe. Uh, Another possible point of failure on the PlayStation 4 Pro is the PSU, power supply, and the power supply contains, electronics like transformers and caps. Uh, but there are also fuses in that power supply in places to prevent any kind of hazard in case of a current overflow or something like that. There are fuses, and there are fast blow type fuses that yeah, this shit can happen. And another thing is, if you look at the picture, well, where this melt is, the power supply isn't really near there. So yeah, but when I when I when I when a capacitor dies, it generally blows up or starts leaking. But that won't start a fire, and generally capacitors don't blow. Uh, in case generally capacitors don't blow. They only blow in cases of an over voltage. But then again, over voltage can happen because you have a fast blow fuse type that goes there before the cap. So highly fucking unlikely. But even if a capacitor would have blown in that case, I don't know if you have ever seen when a capacitor blows. It's a fast explosion, and it's not an explosion per se. It's just a bang, and that's it. You can't make fire from that. I don't know how would I explain. No, it just blows up. It's a fast explosion, and yeah, you can start fire with that. And the dude who posted this picture also didn't say anything about any exploding sounds. So the PSU failure, highly unlikely. Another possible point of failure is your power cable that connects to your console into a slot on the console. And from that slot, you have three wires. One is ground, and that goes to console's ground. The other two uh, go to the power supply, right? Those two wires are phase and neutral. If those two wires, by some chance, but maybe isolation failure, but this is so fucking unlikely. But all right, let's go there. If by some miracle those two wires, connect to one another before reaching the power supply, you'd have a short circuit. But then again, nothing would fucking happen because you have a fuse in your house that blows up, in cases like this, and it's highly fucking unlikely. But then again, if this thing would to happen, your house fuse would blow up, and you know, a house fuse also depends what type of house fuse do you have. Personally, I have fast blow fuses in my house. Some people have old school stuff. Those old school fuses, they generally, in case of a short, uh, it takes them around half a second to a second to blow up. Fast blow types, they blow up like fucking instantly. But let's say this dude had slow blow type fuses in his house, old school type. A second, a second of short circuit, it's really nothing inside of a console. You can't second wouldn't do anything. It would maybe char some of the isolation on those wires, but it wouldn't start a fucking fire in that second. And it surely that short circuit wouldn't cause a burn like this. And like I said, highly fucking unlikely. And if you look at the picture of this melted PlayStation 4 Pro, you will see that it's not on the side, that it's on the side where the fan is. If you look at the picture, you will see it's on that melted spot is on the side where the fan is. The actual heat pipes and heatsink are not close to this melted spot. And my opinion is that the console simply cannot produce that much heat to melt the plastic. I don't know what material Sony uses for their consoles. Is this regular plastic? Is this ABS plastics? But one thing I do know, ABS plastics takes 220 Celsius to reach melting point. 220 fucking Celsius. You know how much fucking heat that is? That console simply cannot fucking produce that much heat. And like I said, actual heat pipes and heat sinks are not close to that part of the plastic. But I would even go as far as to say that even if that heat pipe is touching the plastic, I seriously fucking doubt that it can melt fucking plastic. It's just not that hot. It's fucking not. I've touched a lot of heat pipes in my PCs, and I even touched a heat pipe on the GTX 480, which is a fucking hot. That's a hot running fucking video card, and yeah, it's fucking hot, but not hot enough to melt plastic. And this is what I'm trying to say. Not fucking, no fucking way. And if a GTX 480, which is a seriously, you know, it was a good card, but the card was so flawed. The card could reach 100 fucking Celsius during normal operations. I used to own this card, so I fucking know. Uh, if a GTX 480 can't melt plastics with its heat pipes, then sure as fuck the PlayStation 4 Pro's APU sure as hell can. And yeah, I think I've said what I think needed to be said. Personally, I think that this is just a load of crap, and I think that this melt this melted spot uh, was produced. It's not produced with a lighter. That dude didn't take a lighter and no, 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 no. You can see there are no, burn spots, char spots. No, no, no. This dude took a heat gun and he fucking pointed that heat gun and he made that indentation. And this is and that's basically what I think that this is. Either that or this is a 3D printed PlayStation 4 Pro, and he also took a heat gun and made this because I don't know, joke, some sort of a joke or prank. I don't know. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck. But I think that I have explained to you in this video that this simply it's so fucking unlikely that yeah, no fucking way. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, check out my channel, and maybe subscribe if you like the content I'm producing. Thank you again for watching and have a great day. Bye.